leave a piece of dollar in my Chevy compartment to test the loyalty of my traveling partners. If it moves, I gotta watch my moves, cause even Steven ain't good enough, them days is through. So what are we supposed to do? You can't trust your neighbor, the closest person to you. Keep hope alive,
how'd you get the name K Miyagi?
Well, I was born in Alexandria, Virginia. I was raised in New Bern, North Carolina, like coastal Carolina, right by the beach. Got my name, well, my name is K to begin with, but I got the Miyagi because I'm a real big fan of like Mr. Miyagi, you know, the Karate Kid, and how he taught everybody. Like when he taught his students, he didn't make it, you know, like completely obvious what he was teaching them. You know, he'd do it in an unorthodox way. And when they finally understood it, or when they came across the situation, they were ready for it. So that's why, you know, I kind of reflect that in my music. Like I try not to, I don't preach too much, but you know, I say certain things and then people are like, oh, okay, I see where he got that from.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what the name is.
Okay, so like the name's like a reflection of your music. I like that. Music's a reflection of your name as well. That's cool. I like that. All right, so you're from the South, the East Coast. What brought you to Washington State, man?
Oh man, it's the military, man. I ended up joining when I was 19. After I graduated high school when I was 17, I worked for a while. I worked 3 jobs. I was working at a grocery store called Piggly Wiggly. And then I ended up mentoring with my dad, and then I met a guy that did roofing, and I started roofing with him in my spare time, and I was going to school too. And I was getting you know, a good amount of money, but I wasn't too satisfied because I couldn't really enjoy it. And I had the money, and you know, I was paying my own bills and stuff. It felt good, you know, being young doing that, especially coming from my city. And I just had a, you know, one of my boys, he was like, man, you should really go do something else, man. You got all this opportunity. So I ended up joining the Air Force, and definitely brought me out here. it took me a few places.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I've been everywhere pretty much.
It's good. It gives you a lot of culture on your background. It's good. All right, so when you started like rapping, like I mean, when did you start rapping? I know you said like you started writing a while ago.
Yeah, well, I've always like been a poet. Like I write, you know, my little poems and stuff like that. Just watching like PBS and all those, you know, those channels that kind of inspired me. And then I used to go up to Virginia every summer and to go visit my grandma. And I, you know, stay in the basement and I watch like, you know, Rap City. BET was nothing but music.
Yeah.
I listened to everything. Like the one song I remember was "The Light" by Common. And I knew all the words, you know, and I was like, dang, like he really laid that tough. And then I just started like doing my own thing. And then I grew up with some guys that lived in my neighborhood, and we used to like freestyle on the back of the bus. I used to watch them; they were older than me, and they used to freestyle all the time. And then I hop in, and they'd be like, "Oh snap! Like I didn't know you could do that." And then pretty much, man, it picked up. It just escalated. You know, I met some people that you know, had a studio, went and laid a song with them, and it was good. And then my buddy Drowsy that I met out here, he let me lay some stuff, and then it just kept progressing. You know, I just got better at songwriting and really expressing myself. So.
Yeah. Okay. So like when you came out to the Northwest, like did you see anything that may be different from what you may be used to as far as music goes?
Pretty much everything, really.
Yeah.
You know, coming from the East Coast, there's some heavy artists over there. You know, I'm used to a gritty sound. You know, it's a little different here. But you know, that's to be expected because we're on 2 different coasts and everybody has their own style. So I can't say it's, you know, East Coast is not better than the West Coast, or West Coast is not better than the East Coast. It's just different. You know, it's pretty cool. People are motivated by different things over there.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about your music. I mean, I've heard a few of your songs. I mean, you have like some like it's like there's a lot of music out there right now, especially if you know, get on TV and watch the videos and shit. Like everybody's trying to be as hood as they can. Yeah. And you take a little bit of a different approach. Why don't you explain, you know, what your style is all about?
Well, you know, from New Bern, most of the people I know, you know, they do a lot of gang banging, and I hung with a few. And I mean, it's no big deal because we know we all grew up together. You know, some people took different paths, but I've always been a little different. I mean, I'm not one to follow in anybody's footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I try to be the, you know, the relief. You know, people come in there and try to be all tough and stuff like that, and I'm like, hey, you don't have to do that. Be yourself. People gonna, you know, they're gonna love it either way. They love it or hate it.
Yeah, I mean, you give a little bit of knowledge in your music, you know, and I like that quality, because it's, you know, it nowadays it's different, you know what I mean? It's like a different energy than what you normally see and what you normally hear, you know. So I think it's definitely a good idea to have that element of hip hop in there. You got like almost like that traditional hip hop, but it's like it's current, you know. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about like your grind and your hustle and all that, man. Like, what do you do to try to get your name out there, man?
Oh man, pretty much anything I can. Like, I'm a very, very good talker, and I'm not scared to, you know, go up to people I don't know. And you know, when in the beginning, when people were trying to get put on, they would make themselves, you know, touchable. You know, visible as possible. They be everywhere. Like, people be like, oh, I know him because he does this. But nowadays, I feel like people hide behind the internet.
Yeah.
And now it's become so comfortable. Everybody thinks just by putting a video on the internet, or, you know, putting a song on the internet, that's gonna get them going, because they see other artists that have already done their hustle. You know. So me, I try to take it back. I'm like, okay, if I want people to respect what I do, or, you know, take me, you know, heavy, then I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be visible, and I'm gonna be everywhere as much as I can, you know. So I try to be, you know, I do shows, you know, as often as I can. You know, I'm out in the public. I try to, you know, meet different people, network. I travel. You know, I definitely try to network everywhere I go. I mean, it really doesn't stop. We do everything, and then my girlfriend Brittany, she helps me do, you know, like you know, all the merchandising, and you know, she helps me manage stuff like with the we got a website coming up, the T-shirts, the bands, and stuff like that. She helps me plan it all. So it's a way we can all attack, you know, every angle, internet and, you know, personal. I handle the person.
Yeah, yeah. Now you hit a good point when you said people hide behind the internet. A lot of people, yeah, they put up songs and videos and things and expect to get signed.
Yeah.
You can't do that. It's good that you actually want that physical presence also.
Yeah. And, you know, it gets even, and I'm on the man, I think it lowers the quality too. You know, if people know they can just throw a song and somebody's gonna watch it, they get those views, they get a certain amount of views, and I don't know, it just lowers the quality. So I mean, your hustle has to be, you know, it has to be strong in every aspect. Like, you can't just be a mediocre artist, you know, with, you know, mediocre, you know, networking. And, you gotta have everything. You gotta hit the ground hard. That's what you get paid for.
Yeah. So let's talk about the internet portion. You got a website. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, we're gonna be launching it probably next week. It's kmiyagimusic.com. It has everything up there, you know, from the events, blogs, videos, the music, you know, T-shirt links, anything else we have coming up. We got the YouTube. We got some good videos. Actually, we just shot one yesterday. It should be up either this week or next week. You got the Facebook, Miyagi. You got the Twitter, Miyagi, Instagram, Miyagi. I'm not hard to find at all.
Believe all things are possible, hey. All it takes is real strength, cause all we have is love at the end of the day. What's loyal? What's love? And where's your heart?